Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Politi-tics, and we got a packed night. I'm your host, Jake Johnson, and tonight we are on the Obama drama and the Trump pump. And the judges think they rule the world. And Epstein who? What? Who's that guy? Never heard of him. What are you talking about? It's pizza. Pizza? Nah, I don't think so. Hello. Welcome in. Come on in. Take your shoes off. Let's talk about politics or whatever the hell you want to talk about. That's how it goes around here. Kevin Bernard, you are first in chat. Kevin says, hello, Jake and Amanda. Hello, my friend. How are you? I hope you're having a great weekend. You get the gold star for being first in chat. Come on down. I think that's somebody else's catchphrase, but whatever. Amy Elizabeth says, hi, Kevin. Gold star for you. We missed you last night. Yes, we did. How are you? Amy says, I made smoked pork chops and grilled asparagus for dinner. Delicious, and your pee is going to smell funny. All right. I had spaghetti, one of my favorite meals, and my baby can make it good. I like a good spaghetti. And Amanda says, hi, Kevin, here's your gold star. And hi, Amy. Enjoy that gold star, my friend. You deserve it. Every point you deserve. And Amy, I'm going to give you a gold star just because you have worked your way through Genesis. What a fantastic journey you're on. I envy you the first time going through it for real. Oh, I remember mine, and it was very exciting. And I'm proud of you, and I hope that you stick the journey. And I hope you all the success in getting through it. I'll answer any questions you have, if I haven't already. And good going. Good job. Everybody ought to give her a round of applause for making it all the way through that book by herself. So your gold star's coming up. Amy says, hi, Amanda. And Amanda says, hi, UntetheredLive family. Good to see you all. Happy Saturday. I hope everyone had a good day. Hi, Jake. How are you tonight? Fantastic. I can't talk, but that don't stop me from running my mouth. And Amanda said, we had spaghetti, and it was good. Smiley face good. Yes, it was. Amy says, technically, I've been here all day listening to older Bible study episodes. I made it out of Genesis. Look at you go. Amanda says, way to go, Amy. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Me too. Debbie. Hey, Debbie. How are you, sweet lady? Debbie says, howdy, y'all. Hello, lovely woman. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying life. Good coffee. Thank you. Thank you to the people that provide the coffee for the show. This is a great cup. Don't you want to have a cup with me and talk about the world? If so, get your cup and go to the kitchen, pour yourself a nice hot cup, kick back, and let's talk about politics or whatever the hell you want to talk about. However, if you don't have a cup and you're in that situation, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first one. It has this face on it. It is fantastic, but it's not the only thing there. We also have tumblers, stainless steel with locking lids with Bible study logo on the front. On my platforms on the back, it looks great on your coffee table. It holds your coffee hot for hours. Get one while they last, or get a hat or a T-shirt or a bag or a beach blanket or a bathroom mat. I have those too. Yes, I am that shallow. Also, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and whatever the hell that thingy is. I figured I'd try it. Play along if you want. Don't if you don't. It's a goal. Let's see if we can get 5 super chats. I don't care. It's just a new thing YouTube put up, and I figured I'd use it. Maybe it'll give me some luck. Who knows? But you can show a little bit of love if you want to by super chat, or if you want to. You can do that. You can do that by CashApp, $ Jake Johnson Band, if you want to, or PayPal.me/Jake Johnson Band if you feel more comfortable with that, or not at all. Either way, I love you regardless. One last thing. If you would like to have a great place that you can hang out with all these wonderful people and share memes and pictures and texts and videos and chats and get to know one another outside of YouTube and me, all over you, go to facebook.com/UntetheredLive chillin'. It is a great website. The link is in the chat. You will enjoy it, and it's free. It's yours. It's your community. Enjoy. Well, I don't do Facebook. Well, Facebook is what you make it. You don't have to do Facebook to go to our Facebook page. It's ours. Nobody else is interfering. Facebook ain't all over it. It's just us. It's a group. So go make it what you will. If you want a good Facebook page, make it a good Facebook page. Make it what you want it to be. It's yours. It is a space that I provide for you to do whatever you will. Go check it out. All right. Maybe my vocal cords will warm up. Amy says, Debbie. Boy, have I got some talking to do tonight. Amanda says, hi, Debbie. Amy says, I invited some friends, liked and shared. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you very much. And thank you for your commitment to the cause. That means the world to me. You have no idea how much that means to me. Thank you. Amy says, Aaron is on the way. I suspect he's swooping in from somewhere with a bright, shiny suit on. We'll see. And Debbie says, 8-Ball, does Amy have a brown nose? No, of course not. Amy says, there ain't nothing wrong with studying the Bible. There is nothing wrong with it. You are right about that. You don't even have to have a brown nose to do that. Amy says, it's a little tan from being outside. Right? Me too. I had to get up and go to work today for an hour. It sucked. And I didn't get paid for it, but I had to finish a job that I didn't get done yesterday because the power went out. Not my power, the shop's power. The whole town actually went out. I don't know what they were doing, but it's just one of those things. Job done. Rich, what's up, buddy? Rich, he says, hi, gang. My friend, how are you? How are things? Smooches. Amanda says, hi, Rich. And Amy says, hello, Rich. And Rich says, Amy is active in a good way, of course. And you would know. I know. Aaron, what's up, buddy? Aaron says, swoosh, gust of wind. Land and adjust my cape. I knew you'd be wearing a superhero outfit. I could just feel it in my bones. Hello, Super Aaron. Nice to see you, my friend. I hope you are feeling quite chipper today. I am. I'm happy for you. Amy says, hey, Aaron. And Amanda says, hello, Super Aaron. And Rich says, hi, Ames. Smooches. Never say that again. John H., my man, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Been worried sick about you. How you doing? He says, hello, everyone. I hope everything and everyone is fine, Heart. I hope you're fine, Heart. How are you doing, buddy? We missed you. Tell us about what's been going on. Amy says, I'll be back. I need coffee. Yes, ma'am. Coffee is a must in this business. It's part of the job. Debbie says, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's under Aaron Dog. Under Aaron Dog will whoop Aaron Underdog's ass. Amy says, hi, Nugget. And Amanda says, Tony the Tiger, Tony the Tiger, Tony the Tiger, peacock, 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 Aaron, smiley face. And Amanda says, hi, Nugget. Good to see you. Amy says, that's Superman? I guess it is Superman. Looks like Tony the Tiger from here. Amy says, very happy to see you back, Nugget. Yes, very happy to see you. Oh, Mr. Big Tongue hit me with a 99-cent super chat. Thank you, Mr. Big Tongue. God bless you, sir. And welcome to the show. Please hit that. Oh, you did subscribe. Did you subscribe? If you didn't, hit that subscribe button. It's free and welcome. Mr. Big Tongue, I like it. I have quite a large tongue myself. I mean, I can take out my teeth and lick my forehead. Ladies. Just kidding. John H. says, thank you, Amy. I missed you all, Heart. We missed you too, buddy. I hope you're doing good. Now, why didn't that thing... Weird. It didn't register it. Oh, he did it different. Okay. Okay. I don't even know what that thing is. It's just there, so I figured I'd try it. If you can make it work, make it work. Oh, it's a $5 super chat. That's why. Okay. That's fine. I'm not asking for more. That was perfect. Thank you, Mr. Super Tough. It's just a new thing we're trying today. The gold thingy is something YouTube put on my setup, and I figured I'd give it a shot. I don't have any idea what it's for. It's there. If you guys want to play with it, play with it. If you don't, you don't. Thank you for the 99-cent super chat. Amanda says, hi, Nugget. Amy says, very happy to see you back. And John says, thank you, Amy. I missed you all, heart. And Amanda says, I knew you couldn't stay away too long, Nugget. And John says, I had a week with my family and my kids. Well, that's wonderful. How are they doing? Are they all good? Are you good? I'm glad you made time for your family and kids. That's such an important thing to have in the world. And Kevin says, Saturday night of the trolls. Hey, I'll take trolls. Bring them in. Occasionally, those trolls turn into good people. Not always, but I've got quite a few here that used to be trolls or started out that way, and now they're my dear friends. So I'll take it. This is a fishing trip after all. We're here fishing for men. So maybe we'll find some. Fab Daddy's here. He says, hi. Hey, Fab Daddy. I broke up saying your name. Hey, Fab Daddy. I saw your video. Fantastic job. That's a good song. You should put lyrics to it. I like the rhythm. You're doing much, much better with your control. That D chord is ringing out nicely, and I like your take on the run, the riff that's in there. That's really nice. Good job. I might like to get a copy of that and use it in the show. Midnight said, hi. Hello, Midnight. I'm coming on you fast. It's 8:44 now, but I'm getting there. Welcome to the show. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Amanda says, hi, Fab. And hi, Midnight. Aaron says, Jake's voice is sounding like he did when he first came here. Or when I first came here. It's coming. It's getting there. I'm having better days. I'm taking some treatment now. I'm taking steroids for my lungs and a breathing treatment twice a day of albuterol, and also the Mucinex and the cranberry and the nose spray and the just shit everywhere. I'm trying. I don't know if it's going to heal or not, but I'm working on it. So thank you for noticing. And thank you for putting up with my squeakiness. I'm trying. Aaron says, standing and clapping for Amy. Standing ovation, Amy. Good job. Rich S says, for Ames, clappy. Yes, wavy hands, those are wavy hands, I was told, but I'll take it as a standing O. Amanda says, yep, he hasn't had a breathing treatment today. I will after the show and before I go to bed. And John says, clappy hands or wavy hands. Ames says, welcome, Midnight. And hi, Fab. And Amanda says, you get a medal, a ball, a trophy, and a star, Amy, just for you. That might not be a ball. I don't know what that is. It's a gold coin. You get a gold coin. You get money. Look at that. I wish I had money. Anakin Skywalker says, no, let's know. Anakin, someone else has that name already, but welcome. What are you saying no about? If you're talking about what Amy is being lauded for, you would be incorrect. She's doing a fantastic job, and you should do the same. I invite you tomorrow to come begin your journey on that very deal right here on Untethered Live, if you wish to be. Aaron says, nope. I'm saying he sounds good, Amanda. Right on. I'm sounding squeaky, but thank you. Amy says, hi, Anakin Skywalker. Welcome. Linda Davis is here. Hello, Linda Davis. Boom, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, bound out. Linda walking in, sauntering and shit. Pow, boom, pow, boom, pow. I'm with you, girl. She says, hi, all on this fine Saturday night. I don't know why you got a southern accent in that statement, but I like it. Amanda says, he's getting there, Aaron. He needs to do more treatments. I can't just stay hooked up to that thing. It gets in the way of my smoking. Anakin says, yo, yo. Amy says, hi, Linda. And Amanda says, hi, Linda. And Aaron says, Walker, hello. And then my chat jumps. Hang on. It's a thing. YouTube does it. And Linda Davis says, hi, Amy and Amanda. Heart. And Aaron says, my sword is sharp tonight. We know how it goes on troll night. Yes, we do. Well, these trolls haven't started acting up yet. So far, they're just listening, and that's a good thing. I'll take it. Amy says, try it now, Debbie. Try what? Wow. Debbie says, 8-Ball, does Amy have a brown nose? 8-Ball says, look deep into your heart, and you will see the answer. If you look deep enough, you'll come out the answer. Where the brown nose goes. That's an ass joke. You'll get it later. Amanda says, here's the Facebook page. If anybody wants to check it out, that's facebook.com/UntetheredLive chillin'. No G, chillin'. Check it out. Amy says, LOL. And Debbie says, well, damn. I have no heart. Ha ha ha. You do have a heart. I've felt it. Your heart has helped me a couple of times. And I am grateful. Shh. Easy boy. Aaron says, I know you got a heart. Yes, you do. Amy says, good coffee, good company, and good discussions. Amen. That's the stuff life is made of. Good coffee, good conversations, and great company. And there's that Mr. Big Tongue, 99 cents. Thank you very much. Amy says, hi, Mr. Big Tongue. And Amanda says, thanks, Big Tongue. My, what a big tongue you have, sir. Why, it's better to eat you with, madame. I'm sorry, Lord. Forgive me for that. That was wrong. Amy says, nice name. Aaron says, I'm laughing so hard, Jake, you got my stomach hurting. That's fantastic. Mr. Big Tongue says, you're welcome, and God bless you, too. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you very much. Amanda says, LOL, good for you, Aaron. It is good for you. It makes you strong. Works on that core. Gets those little muscles down there popping out. You know, the ones that look like little chiclets. Laughing will do that for you. So having a big tongue. But other than that, Amanda says, LOL. Oh, I read that one. Rich says, bragger. It ain't bragging if you're right, Mr. Rich. It ain't bragging if you're right, buddy. Aaron says, I see you made it, Tongue. Oh, you know Tongue. All right. Well, thank you for bringing somebody in. Debbie says, it ain't true, Jake, till you post a video on chilling. Oh, till I post one? I could do that. What would you like to have? I figured I'd just let you girls run with it and see what happens, but if you want me to put something there, I'll put something there. I'll make something. You just tell me what direction you want it to go, and I'll make it happen. Amanda says, I like the name Big Tongue. It is a good name, good strong name. It evokes an image. You know. Like it. Fab Daddy says, I wonder how many times I will be referred to as a TDS person tonight. Those that use TDS might have OTDS. On the DEM syndrome. Well, I mean, if the shoe fits, wear it, right? Here's the thing, though. People only say that when you say retarded things that aren't true. If you'll say something that's true and thoughtful, I'll promise you that nobody will say anything like that about you. I'll have your back. Like, you know, Trump sure is doing a lot of things to make you stop thinking about Epstein lately. That seems weird. That's not Trump derangement syndrome. Trump's on the Epstein list. That's why, I don't know that. You don't know that. What you know is that he took a plane because that's what billionaires do. They borrow each other's planes. That's all you know. But I will say, I know the reason this is being pushed aside. If you'll hear my wisdom, you'll learn something. If you don't, you can keep thinking Trump's on the list, and that's why he's trying to quash it down. Trump might be the cleanest person that's ever lived, and you have to know that's true. Because believe me, after 16 years, if there was a parking ticket against him, they would have used it. Many times over. And he's been more vetted than any other person in the world. No one has ever been crawled up the ass like Donald Trump has been in the last 16 years. No one. I assure you there's nothing to find. Amy says, it says 5 teals, whatever that means. I think it referring to teal as a color. I don't know how it works. I just saw it there. It's been there for a while. I've never touched it. So I figured I'd do it and see what it does. I didn't know if it would put up a cartoon or make the chat more interesting or make some kind of competitive thing. I didn't know. But there it is. If you want to super chat it, super chat it. If you don't. If you want to just send me a little bit, you can do that too. If you don't. That's fine. However you feel. It's just another thing in YouTube land, which I'm gonna try to use everything they give me the opportunity to use, obviously, to see if I can make it work. But you know the drill. We've been doing this long enough. Debbie says, Amanda, bit is good, but long is better. Have you had fat? Because that's the way I understand it. Much, much better. And Amanda says, LOL, fat, please. And Debbie says, oops, big is good, but long is better. Oh, I got you. Makes more sense. Big is good, long is better. Fat is even better. Aaron says, smiley face, and you already have no pants. And no, I'm not wearing any pants currently. You're correct. Who's not wearing pants? Show of hands. Where's my no pants club at? Ooh. Let's get naked and talk to Jake. Amy says, I'm tired. I worked my side job today. What are you doing on your side job? Is it like a cleaning job or something? Or taxes? What are you doing? What you got going on, honey? Fab Daddy says, you and everyone are free to use it however you like. I'm just telling you what the deal is, buddy. Of course I'm free to use it. It's my microphone. Amanda says, oh, Amy, I get it, girl. Or get it, girl. Go get it, girl. Go after it. Linda says, I want to go on that fishing trip too, Jake. Maybe we can make it a girls trip, ladies. Yes. Absolutely, Linda. You come right ahead on. Fishing for men. Aaron says, raises my hand as a side job. Aaron says, I volunteer. Amanda says, LOL, damn, Aaron. And Debbie says, Amy, I hope the corner was a good payday for you. Well, it can be. Fab Daddy says the lyrics are fuck around and find out. Now I'm going to kick your ass. Well, that's one lyric. What's the rest of it? Why are you going to kick my ass? Who's fucking around and finding out? Fill in the story. Add a verse. You got a chorus. What's the verse? You're telling a story, right? Aaron says, Amanda, that's what she said. I didn't know it went that way, but I like it. Kevin says, I'm not going to be chatting tonight, but I'll be listening. Well, why not, Kev? What's up? How come you ain't hanging with us, buddy? Amy says, yes, it was Debbie. Yes, it was Debbie. And that's why my nose is brown from the sun. Good work. Dodie says, good evening, y'all. Well, hello, Dodie. Nice to see you again. Am I saying that right? Is it Dodie or Dottie? I think it's Dodie, right? Amanda says, okay, Kevin, smiley face. I want to know why. Why are you not why are you not engaging with me? You're my friend. I want to talk to you. Amanda says, hi, Dodie. There's a D. Dodie. The reason I ask is because traditionally Dottie is spelled D-O-T-T-I-E. D-O-D-I-E is traditionally Dodie. But I don't want to mispronounce. Amy says, hi, Dodie, kissy face. And John says, they're all good. It's like a civil war in Britain on migrants hotels living in four-star, more than British people get. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're putting them up in four-star hotels and everywhere else they can stuff them just to keep them quiet and satiated, I would imagine. And I'm sorry that you guys are going through that. We're kind of going through that in a couple of places here in the country. Not everywhere, but certain places, the big cities, the big blue cities, they're going through that, and it is not good. Hopefully at some point the adults will stand up and put a stop to this nonsense. Hopefully, pardon me. Don't blow your nose on camera, Jake. It's not professional. Bad boy, bad host. And Linda says, I hope you're good, Kevin. I hope so too, buddy. Do what you got to do, man, but come talk to us. We miss you around here. You're not uncomfortable, are you, with all the frivolous talking? Because the girls seem to really enjoy that. It's the only reason I'm leaning into it. Hang on, my chat jumped again. All right, here we go. I got it. Jacob says, can you send a prayer for Netanyahu? Well, I'll pray for all people on all sides, Jacob. Yes. I pray that the fighting stops and that the wars cease and that the cooler heads come to the table and converse and come to a rational agreement. I pray that evil persists to its own end. I pray that good overcomes all irrational behavior, and I pray that Netanyahu does right by his people, and the other side does right by their people. And I pray that you find your way through this world without having to get tangled up into all this drama. And I pray that all of us find some level of peace in our lives, because life is hard enough without all the extra drama, and without all the retard behavior, and without all of the saber rattling and chest bumping. It's so much nicer to smile and love and praise God. It's so much nicer to have friends and compassion and companionship. And that's why we're all here ultimately. So in Jesus' precious name, I pray that, Jacob, for Netanyahu and for everyone else involved. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Aaron says, you keep that story about it being the sun, Amy. I know my brown rubbed off on you. Oh, Lord. And Dodie says, hi, Amanda. Rich says, Amy, anyone die today? We count on you to bring us the tragedies of the day. It's horrible. I'm sure someone died today. Amanda says, gets in the way of your smoking, shaking my head. Your fresh air offends me. How dare you breathe in my presence? Amy says, hi, Jacob, welcome. And LOL, Aaron. And Debbie says, I'm going to have to stop reading chat. Aaron is getting spicy. Oh, Lord. Amanda says, LOL, Debbie. And Aaron says, psst, I've been spicy. I was born well seasoned. Amen, brother. Amy says, hey, everybody, double tap that screen to like the video if you got a phone, or hit that like button, thumbs up if you got a computer, or it's behind the three dots or something. Amanda says, oh, damn, Aaron, good one. And Fab Daddy says, now Debbie, stop reading. I can write about Ghislaine's visit with Trump's lawyer, and now appoint as deputy FBI. Right on. Trump's lawyer. Are you talking about Alina Habba? Alina Habba. Who go in the case? That girl? She's the deputy FBI now. Ghislaine Maxwell has spilled beans on 100 names. If you go to one of my Facebook pages, the Jake Johnson one, you will see a video. No, it's in the post. I put it in the community chat. You'll see a video that explains exactly how that document is going to work out. I put a video in the community post. You guys check that out. That's exactly how this Epstein list thing is going to work. I figured it out. I cracked the case. Amy says, I saw a squirrel flattened on the highway, if that counts. Fred. Oh, yeah, Fred. I can't say Fred. Oh, yeah, Fred. He was a good squirrel. But he never knew when to chase him and when to turn around and run. Oh, yeah, Fred. He was a good squirrel, but now he's flat out on the freeway and drying in the sun. How about that? Fred was a squirrel I used to own. He used to answer the telephone, and every now and then he'd drive my truck into town for groceries. $10 points if you know who that is. Debbie says, it's Ghislaine, Fab. It's Ghislaine. She wants you to think that the S is silent and call her Ghislaine, but it's Ghislaine. Aaron says, you showed me one growling that was funny. The squirrel growling. Yeah. And Debbie says, it's not true about your tongue till you post a video. Ha ha. Oh, you want to see the, I'll show you the tongue. Amy says, Aaron, that video came up in my Facebook memories. Nice. Aaron says, it was great. And Fab Daddy says, I want to watch the new South Park. Trump didn't like it, so I know I will. Come on now. I haven't seen it either, but I imagine it's funny, whatever side you're on. Those boys seem to hit hard on both sides. Amy says, I saw a video of a flying squirrel faking its own death. It's old, but I laugh every time. I've seen one that pretended to be impaled by something, fell over and grabbed something and pulled it to its side and laid back like it was dead. Or something like that. They're smarter than they look. And Linda says, oh, Jake, that is a mistake to put what you post in us ladies' hands. Our minds are in the gutter. If you haven't figured that out yet, that is not a mistake. I fully trust that you guys will go to all manner of dark places, and I'm okay with that. That's why it's a separate page from the Bible study page. And I want you guys to have a good time. That's what it's there for, to just enjoy each other. Doesn't matter where you go, doesn't matter what you say, doesn't matter what you do. I'm trying to build a community that we all can enjoy and learn something. That's the caveat. You live life. You don't have to be all stuffy and serious. You don't have to be all scared of everything. You live life. You enjoy life. You enjoy each other. And learn a little bit about your Father in heaven on the weekends. And when you do, you understand that all of this has a reason. It's all here for a purpose. And we're all good people trying to enjoy a good life for what we have left. So go post your heart out. Gutter or not. Amanda says, that video is so funny, Amy. And Amy says, I'm watching Family Guy. And Fab Daddy says, Trump won't win the 10 million lawsuits against the Wall Street Journal. The Epstein estate has the birthday book. Well, guess what? They've been saying that for the last 16 years. Every single time something comes up, Trump ain't going to win. And every single time he walks away like a duck coming up out of water, it just rolls right off his back. So you just wait and see who's going to come out on top. Trump, whether you like it or not, is a winner. He's got God on his side. He has to. That's the only reason he's been able to go as far as he's gone. And the Bible says, out of the mouth of God, whatever God puts together, let no man tear asunder. No man. When God puts something together, a man cannot break it down. It can't be done. So, good on you for trying, but it ain't going to work. Amy says, big tongues and drills, gutter talk. Right on. That is gutter talk. Quite literally. Drills and grills. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. Big tongues and getting drilled. Amy says, and fishing trips. I'm thinking you took that the wrong way when I said we were fishing for men. This is a fishing expedition to pull in members. That's what we're doing. That's why I open it up to the public in narrow view so that everybody can show up, because that's when people see the videos. And it works. There's already been 158 people here so far. So, maybe 2 or 3 of them will come back. That's the idea. And Amanda says, no pants over here. That's right. And Amy says, live long and prosper. Linda says, Fab, haven't you ever been to parties and did not partake? Right on. I don't think so. He probably partook every time. Aaron says, Amy, you fish. I didn't know. Amy says, I'm helping my friend clean her house. That's your side gig? Cool. That's a good job. And Linda says, hello. Or, I'm here, present. No pants, right here. Fab Daddy says, I'm not wearing pants either. Me neither. This is a no pants podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in and take your pants off. Let's have a good time. Just don't show it on the camera. Amy says, Aaron, last time I went fishing, I ended up with a hook in my arm. Fab Daddy says, sure depends on the narcotics being consumed, right? Whatever the party, depends on the narcotics if you didn't partake. Yeah, me too. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, made the t-shirt, sold the t-shirt, wore the t-shirt. Am the t-shirt. And Debbie says, no pants right here. I'm so lucky to be surrounded by so many pantsless people. Most guys would die for those kind of numbers. Yeah. Amy says, message retracted. And it is Dodie. I thought it was. Thank you, Amy. And Amanda says, Kevin don't like all the trolls. I don't blame him. But they're good for business. You got to play both sides of the fence. You know what I mean? I'm just doing what I can do. I would love to just have us 30 and just do just us. I would love that. Believe me, I can't live like that. I've got to eat. My car is on empty as we speak. I have to bring new people in. I have to make this thing grow. If everybody was doing the same thing, this would be wildly successful. But it didn't like that. There's different levels of commitment. There's different levels of interest. There's different levels of entertainment capabilities and possibilities. There's different people that I can touch in different ways or not. And then there's different people that want to touch back. And those are the ones that we're digging for. So we gotta keep pushing. That's all I know to do. I'm doing a good thing here. I know it is. I'm not taking advantage of anybody. I know that too. I'm providing a service beyond the service that I'm providing. These are all good things. But if it doesn't work financially, it doesn't work. And I'm wasting valuable time of breath that I have very little of. So I have to push and make something happen. That's the whole point here. And I hope that you are all on my side in that endeavor. And I hope that you're all backing me up while I do it. Sorry, my chat jumped while I was talking. Hey, run around, Sue is here. I got it. Aaron says, Jake, I think it's Spanish, like donde está. Might be. Aaron says, I may be wrong. Patty, hello, darling. She says, hello, is anybody there? Yes, we are. I'm nodding because I can hear you. I'm just a little prick. Something or other. Pin brick. Pin brick. Is there anybody home? Yes. Amy says, hi, Patty. Amanda says, hi, Patty. And Linda says, hi, Patty. And Amy says, music reference. Nice, Patty. Very nice. And Patty says, hello, ladies. And Amanda says, it's the safest place for us to get our freak on in here. I agree. 100%. It's totally safe. There are no predators in here. Except for me. And Debbie says, guilty. I like frivolous chat. Me too. Amy says, knitting Yahoo. Knitting Yahoo. Patty says, Miss Amanda, it is. And Amanda says, LOL, right. Me too, Debbie. And Fab Daddy says, I pray that the Palestinian children get fed. Starvation shouldn't happen. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Starvation shouldn't happen, and neither should senseless killing. But warmongers are going to war, you know what I'm saying? It's a bad world we live in. Fallen, crazy, destitute, desperate. Everybody trying to make their mark. Unfortunately, it comes to that. Amy says, has anyone heard about crazy Candace getting sued by the French president? Yes, that's hilarious. Because the French president's wife has a penis. There, I said it. Fab Daddy says, mass stabbing in Walmart, I think in Ohio. $10 says it's Democrats. $10. You know how I know that? Because right don't get violent until they're pushed. Left starts out that way. Amanda says, yeah, I saw that, Amy. And Aaron says, good to see you, Patty. Sue says, hello. Hello, Sue. Nice to see you. How you doing, lady? Amanda says, hi, Sue. And Fab Daddy says, whatever Traverse City is. Traverse City? I don't know. Traverse City. I've heard of it, but I don't know where it's at. John, you still with us, buddy? You ain't talking a whole lot. How you doing over there? Amanda says, Sue, sorry, I forgot. I have fat fingers. Sue says, I'm just here to mostly listen for tonight. I hear you. Well, you can listen or you can chat. It's entirely up to you. We love you either way. Amy says, hi, Susie. And Amy says, oh, no, that's terrible. They need more common sense. Knife control laws. Right. Let's ban the knives. They're killing people with knives. I got a better idea. You remember in the 80s when we were so inhumane and we had to absolutely close down all those sanitariums? I think we should open them back up and staff them and fund them. Bring back the paddy wagons and the dudes with the white suits that bring out and give you a shirt to wear, a little long in the sleeves, if you make too much noise outside. That's what I think we should do. Amanda says, Ray Stevens, no fair. You work here. You can't get the 10 points. That's a conflict of interest. And John says, the French president wants Palestine wants to be recognized as a state. Starmer told him we ain't. The French president wants Palestine to be recognized as a state, and Starmer says no. Okay. Palestine does not exist. There is no place in the world named Palestine except in your imagination. That's the only place it exists. It's not on the map. It's not on the land. It's the West Bank for a reason. Fab Daddy says background checks for blades over 2 inches. Well, that's retarded. My kitchen knives are over 2 inches. It ain't the pencil. It's the writer. Pencil can't write bad things. Only authors can. It ain't the gun. It's the shootist. It ain't the knife. It's the wielder. It ain't the plane. It's the pilot. Aaron says, hey, Sue. And Amanda says, Ray Stevens, Fred. Right. And Amy says, I retract messages because my internet is wonky tonight. I got you. I understand. Sometimes it doubles up on you. Amanda says, I'm going to start posting the Fab videos there. If you have to ask him. You can't just take his videos. But if he doesn't mind, I would like to see him posted there. That's at the Facebook page, facebook.com/UntetheredLive chilling. That was a good job you did on that song, Fab Daddy. Proud of you, sir. Nice job. Amy says, Susie, I saw the pic of your new historically accurate dress. It's beautiful. I saw it too. Very beautiful. Amy says, 8-Ball, is Fab obsessed with Trump? And 8-Ball says, like a little mule. Amy says, LOL. And Aaron says, little mule means what? Well, you just have to know. Oh, Aaron said that. Sorry. I am hung like a mule. A little mule, but a mule nonetheless. And that's what that expression is talking about. Got it? Amanda says, 8-Ball, does Fab have a serious case of TDS? 8-Ball says, I don't know, Kev. Fab Daddy says, I need to change that. Kev isn't here anymore. I wish he was, but he's not. Apparently he broke up with us too. Sue Wood says, religion is a language that cannot be expressed in human languages. Or interpretation of religions is as flawed as our languages were imperfectly created. Well, I disagree with that, but I hear you. I do quite a good job of interpreting Christianity. But I don't look at it as a religion because it's the truth. I don't practice religion myself. I don't have any rituals that I do or require any cadences or anything like that, or chantings or strange ways of dressing or rules of any kind except for the 10 Commandments, but those aren't my rules. And Amanda says, it's a saying that Jake says, I'm hung like a mule, a little mule, but a mule anyway. Right. And Fab Daddy says, 8-Ball, does Amanda have OTDS? And 8-Ball says, most definitely. 8-Ball is non-partial. It doesn't care whose side you're on. Aaron says, I got shorts. Does that count? If they're not pants, they count. Fab Daddy says, I knew it. John says, I got MMA shorts. Rock on. Are you doing a battle later? Amanda says, LOL, Fab, you wish. And Sue says, I'm shaving my legs. That's fantastic. You're naked while listening to me. I love it. Enjoy. Get the short curlies. Amanda says, 8-Ball, is Fab completely crazy? 8-Ball says, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Amanda says, oh, wow, Sue. Good job, says Aaron. Amanda says, and the refrigerator is trying to quit now, shaking my head. Is it? Yeah, we got to get a new refrigerator. That's a thing. That's a must. Yep. The whole world falls in when it falls. Debbie says, take them off, Aaron. Shorts count as wearing pants. I think she just wants you to have your twigs and berries hanging out. And Debbie says, take them off, Aaron. I read that one. Fab Daddy says, I'm a little mule. Hee-haw, hee-haw, a.k.a. jackass. Me too. And Debbie says, Debbie is a liar to get Aaron's pants off. Chris Terry. Welcome, Chris Terry. If a person steals your bike and you get unalived in the process, should your son have the right to get the bike back from their son? Somebody's been listening to Owen Benjamin. You shouldn't unalive people, and you shouldn't steal their bikes. And yes, property and possession is 9/10 of the law. So whoever has the bike owns the bike. And Amanda says, no, Fab, you're a big mule. Aaron says, throws the shorts across the room. Animal House style. Amanda says, hides eyes from Aaron. And Linda says, woohoo, Aaron. Let him fly. Let it all hang out. Aaron says, can someone help me understand all the people standing in the streets? They don't have jobs. That's how many people are unemployed. By choice. Basement dwellers, a lot of them. Fab Daddy says, how about a big mule tongue? I think that's called a donkey show. Could be. If it's in Mexico, definitely. Amanda says, Fab, I see videos of you every day doing crazy stuff. Aaron says, what are they fighting about? Anything they can. Most of them don't even know. Most of them are just part of it because they want to feel like they're part of something because their generation doesn't have a problem, so they invent one. We made life too easy for them. That's the problem. Patty says, where are all the people at? You see it. It's a slow night. It's a slow Saturday night. Aaron says, all over the city's yelling at each other, Patty. I don't understand what they're mad about. Anything they can be mad about, Aaron. It's a victim culture. They are practicing being angry and outraged about anything. It doesn't have any weight at all. It has no substance. They're just angry. Which tells you a lot about the current state of our community that we live in, our world. It's not good. And that's why it takes cooler heads and stronger dispositions to take over and regain some kind of control over our society. Because it's going down big time. Slicker 383 says, the left tears shit up. Yes, they do, Slicker. Welcome to the show. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Come on in and join us. Amanda says Traverse City is in Michigan. There you go. That's where it is. John H. says it's all lies. Aid is getting flown in every day, but the Hamas gets hold of it. Yes, aid does get flown in every day. That's a fact. But they're not interested in being well taken care of. They would just as soon shoot you for trying to help them. That's the problem. This war is retarded. Aaron says, I used to live in Kalamazoo, Amanda. It's close to there. That's where Gibson's factory used to be before they got burnt down and closed and then reopened. And now the Heritage factory is there in the same place with the same equipment and much of the same people that worked at Gibson. So if you find a Heritage, buy it. It's a good guitar. And it has pedigree. But it's not a Gibson. Fab Daddy says, it could be the plain Boeing. Might be. I don't know what you're talking about, but it might be. Amy said hi. Amanda says, not really, Fab. It's the guy in the bathroom with the toilet paper rolls. LOL. That guy does kind of look like you. Amy says, I sent a super chat, but it did not show up. It cleared my account, though. Well, it should be here. I don't see it either. Maybe it takes a minute. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where's it at? Nope, I don't have it on my end either. Sue Wood says, can I share some of my creations there? Absolutely. That's what it's there for, Sue. It is for you to share whatever you want to share. It's a community and we all love you. So please do go share. Amanda says, yes, absolutely, Sue. On the Facebook page, yes. Rabbity rab rab. Watch your mouth. Amy says, Susie, you can share anything you want. Right on. And John H. says, no racism here in the chat. Right on. At least if you're gonna be racist, be funny. For God's sakes, we're all grown-ups here. Don't say stupid shit. If you're gonna tell a joke, tell a good joke. And also, it would help if you knew somebody here before you went talking like that. You can't just talk to strangers that way. It's okay if you know each other. Debbie says, Rabbity, cook everything in bacon fat. It's also delicious, but whatever. Patty says, I guess just ignore them. God said protect your credibility in order for you to shine your little light so others can see examples. God gave you a light to shine. Shine on, you crazy diamonds. I agree. You can see it's a tightrope. You got to let people be stupid because you can't teach them to be correct if you don't point out their flaws. Which means if you don't allow them to make a mistake, you can't show them the error of their ways. To just ban people is to give up on them. And I'm trying to reel people in towards God because every bad person has the exact same potential to be a good person. They're only bad because of their environment, because of their education, because of their inability to have strong leadership. And when you have that, a large portion of those bad people, those trolls, will turn around. And we need to save as many as we can, not just throw them away. So just because they say something stupid or offensive, you can't just write them off. You got to try to be the bigger person and teach them how to do right. Because they don't know. Look at the world they live in. Look at what they have to grow up in. I don't know if it's ever going to work, but I'm trying. Aaron says, I got to read up on it. I can't understand what they're doing. They're just being children. Linda Davis says, I like that, Patty. I do too. Sue says, this is the Necky stream. Yes. Got to get naked and come hang out with Jake. I love it. Aaron says, I mean the protest people. I don't get it. Neither do they. You go talk to them. I promise you. You go do a man on the street. Get you a cell phone and a camera and go talk to those people. I guarantee you everyone you talk to will say something different. They have no idea. There's no cohesion. They're just there to be part of something. Their generation has no movement. They have nothing to belong to. They don't have anything to stand on. They didn't build anything. They don't know anything. They can't do anything. They're just here. Imagine being that person. Imagine growing up in a generation that you didn't grow up in, where you had to work and create and strive. They have nothing like that. Everything is handed to them. They have no problems. All they've got is energy. What do you do with energy when it's overflowing and there's nothing to do, nowhere to put it? You get mad. That's what they're doing. Amy says, my internet connection is lagging. Maybe that's why. Maybe. I hope it goes through. I'm sorry if it doesn't. If it doesn't, let me know and I'll reimburse you. Baked Baker says, Ron Paul, John Jeremy, your turn. I'm sorry. I thought we were just randomly spouting out names that nobody knows. Aaron says, Reddit, watch your mouth. Or Rabbit, watch your mouth. Rabbit. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Amy says, hi, Baked Baker. Welcome. Got any cookies, Baker? Yes. If you're a baker, cookies are a must. Hit that like button, everybody. Share, subscribe, share the show with everyone you know. Be a pro. Don't you know? Amy says, I got some lemon cream cookies. Blech. I tried some cookies the other day that were fantastic. They're lightly salted caramel cookies. Like chocolate chip, but caramel instead. Delicious. Try them if you find them. Amanda says, nice, Amy. And Fab Daddy says, I'm glad Muslims don't eat pork. More for me. Less demand, lower prices. Right on. Aaron says, I never had lemon cookies. They're all right. They're a little dry. Amanda says, damn, Aaron, you're missing out. Really? I don't like lemon cookies. I like vanilla cookies, though. I guess those are lemon cookies, kind of. Aaron says, facts, Fabs. Amy says, Aaron, I got them at Aldi's. Aaron says, I'm going to have to taste those cookies. You want to taste her cookie? Taste that cookie, Aaron. Dust it off first, though. Amanda says, oh, that's dirty, Aaron. And Debbie says, Aaron, put your pants on after the show and go get some lemon cookies. The Archway soft ones are yummy. Aaron says, I'm not going back to pants. I'm on the dark side. Yeah. Floating Bus says, hello from Kansas. Hello, Floating Bus. Welcome to the show. Come on in, take your shoes off, take your pants off. Let's have a good time. Sue says, I have chocolate chip cookies. Now you're talking. I like chocolate chip cookies, and I'm due for some. Aaron says, Amanda caught it. LOL. I caught it, too. Mr. Kirby says, either your eyes or glasses are crooked. My head is crooked. Thank you for noticing. Do you feel better now that you pointed it out? Does that make you feel superior? My head is crooked because it's full of brain, buddy. Amy says, welcome back, Floating Bus. Did I miss something? Floating Bus got deleted. Is there a reason? Aaron says, OMG, Sue, got my favorite. Right on. And Amanda says, Amy, ask YouTube where it is. They might not have processed it for some reason. Okay. Yeah, Amy, ask YouTube where it is. Amy says, hi, Mr. Kirby. Be nice. Yes, be nice. You can be here, but you got to be straight up. And Debbie says, Aaron, what does skin color have to do with cookies? Nothing. Sue says, it's not just Muslims, Jews, vegetarians, and vegans too also don't eat pork. I didn't eat pork for about 10 years. But I'm weak. Amanda says, hi, Bus. Welcome back. Long time no see. And Aaron says, hey, Floating. Float your racist ass out. You must have said something racist. I didn't see it. Amanda says, Aaron, he's not a racist. He's okay. And Amy says, Aaron, I think it was a joke. Maybe. I didn't see it. What was it? Hello from Kansas? That's all I saw. Oh, the goat. Can't say the same for goat. I like goat. I'm not a Muslim. Well, Muslims, I don't know if they like goat or not. Hang on 1 second. No. Amanda says, he's cool, Aaron. And Amy says, untime out him, please. Amanda says, undo him, Aaron. And Fab Daddy says, I was waiting for him to say he ate mule. Aaron says, it won't let me. Just go in and put it down to 10 seconds instead of however long you timed him out. And I apologize about that. Sometimes it happens. We deal with a lot of trolls here, and that's quite all right. Don't get upset about it. John says he didn't say nothing bad. And Amanda says, change his time out to 10 seconds. Right on. And Fab Daddy says he likes eating goat. Amy says, sorry about that floating bus. It's an honest mistake. It happens sometimes. There's a lot of people coming in here saying really nasty things, and sometimes it's a knee-jerk reaction. We didn't mean it. Aaron says, I read it wrong. It's on me. It's all right. No problem. You're doing your job. That's what matters. Sometimes there's casualties. Friendly fire. It's okay. They even have allowances for that in the Army, so you're good. Amanda says, it's okay, Aaron. Aaron says, I thought he said, I don't like Muslims. And Sue says, uh-oh. And Amy says, just wait. It's over soon. Right on. All right. And Debbie says, that's what he said. Too often he does. He does say that. Please hit that like button, subscribe, share, support, join, super chat. And I got to build a refrigerator fund. And eat all the goat you want to eat. And floating bus, your time should be back. You should be able to come back now. Sorry about that. I feel bad about my mistake. It's not a mistake. It's just a quick timing thing. It's all right. No harm done. We got it solved. And Amanda says, it happens to the best of us, Aaron. It's all good. Johnny says, I like curried goat. Right on. Amy says, it happens, Aaron. It happens. That's why you always give them more than one shot. Don't get them the first time they say something bad. Warn them first. And then when they don't heed warning, then do your thing. Because sometimes, and this is a problem in chat, and it's something I've dealt with many times, is you might read something the way it sounds in your head, and it may completely be different intention from their side. Sometimes that happens. Amy says, I like goat milk soap. Interesting. I like ivory soap. I like the smell of the Irish Spring or something like that. I don't have any idea whether it works or not, but it smells like it does. I smell like a man, baby. And I ain't no pansy neither. I wear Brute cologne. Old Spice or something like that. Amanda says Irish Spring, Jake. That's right. I like the shaving aftershave that burns your face. Makes you feel like a man. Amy says, Irish Spring is harsh on your skin, not if you're tough. Fab Daddy says, yep, I've made the mod mistake in the past. I just blame my fat fingers for the incident. That's it, and that's all you got to do. Just keep rolling. The whole idea is to keep the chat safe, and there's no wrong in how you do that. I'm not going to get onto you either way. I trusted you. That's why I gave you the wrench. But we are trying to bring people in, so just keep that in mind underneath the keeping the chat safe. Did they come back? Not yet. Amy says, brute aftershave. Right on. I love it. Burns your nose when you smell it, but it smells so good. Sue says, don't put me in timeout. I might cry. You ain't done nothing to be put in timeout, Sue. And Amanda says, Stetson and Dakar cologne. I have worn Dakar, but I like Stetson better. But really, my cologne is Curve. That's what I wear. John says, I use Dove soap. Ah, you got soft skin, huh? I like Dove. It's all right. Amy says, I hope so. Floating has not been here in a while. I hope he does come back, and I hope he understands the mistake. It's fine. Fab Daddy says, Sue, if I was mean, that's tempting. You better not. Sue's a good lady. Aaron says, dang, I hope Jake don't lose a person because of me. That's all right, buddy. It's fine. It's happened before. It'll happen again. Amy says, Sue is my friend. I will protect her. Right on. And Sue says, Fab, that's mean, Fab. Linda Davis says, Amanda Dracar reminds me of an ex of mine. Yes, pesky men, we wear cologne. Amy says, don't take it personally, Susie dear. That's just Fab. He's mean. Amanda says, it smells so good, Linda. It makes me want to eat him up. I wear Curve. Curve's the best. Debbie says, Ivory soap, 99.44, 100% pure soap. Right on. I like Ivory and I like Irish Spring. Aaron says, LOL, my brother used to steal Dracar. John says, Aaron, it's okay. You're cool. Soph Allen's here. She says, hey, guys, how are you? Hey, Soph, nice to see you. Amy says, hi, Soph. And Amanda says, he has another cologne that's so sexy on him. Even his sister says he smells sexy with it. Yeah, but I can't remember what it's called. It's in a little black bottle, though, and it's fantastic. It's a high-dollar cologne, but I don't remember what it's called. I would never buy that, though. That was a gift from somebody. Aaron says, Disco Soph. And Sue says, Amy is a great friend. Yes, she is. Amanda says, hi, Soph. And Fab Daddy says, I like to comfort crying ladies for a minute and then say, get your shit together. That's rough, Fab. Soph says, yes, I have been to the disco. Aaron says, Sue, Amy is legendary. And Sue says, Fab, that is mean. Amy says, Dipples. All right, so John says, I used to use car bullock soap. Nice. I don't think I've ever seen that soap before. Amy says, Sue, he's a Democrat. He can't help himself. Aaron says, Saint Laurent cologne. All right. I don't know what that smells like. Soph says, I hope you guys are doing really, really well today. We are, Soph. Thank you. Hope you are too. Linda says, Walter never wore cologne. He just smelled like the outdoors. Woodsy. Amy says, Sue. Aaron says, you're right. You are now Dipples. Amanda says, LOL, Linda. And Sue says, Amy, I'm not a Dem or a Republican. I'm just very sensitive. Understood. And John says, soap in the 70s. Well, they used to have Pearl Drops toothpaste that I used to like. It'd peel the enamel right off your teeth, but it was good stuff. Pearl Drops. I don't even think they make it anymore. I hadn't seen it in years. I love the taste of it, though. Amy says, I know, honey. He's just messing with you. Yeah, he's just being a messy man. Aaron says, it's the black bottle one you said. It might be. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. It's a little angular black bottle with a little thing in the top of it. It's about that big, but man, it smells good. It might be St. Laurent. I don't know. Soph says, yep, I'm doing really well, but my mom is still really sick. But she was throwing up yesterday when I was at the hairdresser's. That's terrible. Why were you not with your mom? Amanda says, no, Aaron, it's oak something. I'll go look it up. Yeah, I have no idea what it is, but it's good, whatever it is. Aaron says, oh, I know the one. And Amy says, we love you, Susie. Just ignore him. That means he likes you when he messes with you. Right. Aaron says, I have that and one that says cedar. Yeah, I don't think it's oaky. I don't think it smells like oak. I'll have to go look at the bottle, but LOL, Jake. The little black bottle is mine. Nope, I don't think so. Might be. Maybe I got the wrong bottle in my mind. I'd have to go smell it. Soph says, how are you, Jake, my friend? I'm fantastic, Soph. And my mustache is tingling with excitement. I got beauty dripping off of every corner and orifice of my body. I'm happy. Aaron says, is it a black oak, Amanda? Is it black oak, Amanda? Just go look at the bottle. It's right there. Get up and go look at the bottle. And we'll find out. Fab says, that's why I stopped messing with her, Amy. Or that's why I stopped messing with Amy. Amy says, Sasquatch soap smells woodsy. I've never used the Sasquatch soap. I've seen lots of advertisements, but I've never tried it. John says, we all love each other here and look out for each other. Heart, heart, heart. Exactly. The black one is Versace, says Amanda. Yours is moss oak. It might be. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. I do that a lot anyway. All right. What we got going on? Kevin, are you still with us in there listening? Still nothing. Goal ends in 39 minutes. Let's see what this thingy does. Soph says the soap I use is lavender. I love lavender. I like lavender. It's got a good smell to it. Aaron says moss oak, and they have one called cedar. It might be. I have to look at it. Sue says, I got sunburned on Wednesday. So did I. It's a very hot day. Fab Daddy says 2 and 5. Be kind, stay hydrated, and catch y'all later. Fab Daddy, God bless you, sir. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you next time. Amy says, Fab says that as he is trembling in fear of the facts I use against him. Touche. Amanda says, yes, Aaron, that moss smells amazing. It does that. And Amanda says, good night, Fab. Linda says, good night, Fab. Aaron says, I have it in a shower gel. I got it from Bath and Body. Right on. Amy says, I sent one, but it got lost in cyberspace. I am so sorry about that, Amy. I'll look into it, and if I can't find it, I will reimburse you for it. And John says, I got bushes of lavender outside my apartment. I got some jasmine outside mine that smells pretty close to lavender. Not exactly, but it's in the ballpark. Amanda says, a friend of mine sent it to Jake for Christmas. Yep, the old mossy oak or whatever it is. It's good cologne, whatever it is. It smells manly. Makes my mustache stand out. So Fallon says, it's still winter in Australia. Must be nice. It is hot here. Aaron says, if you dispute it, Amy, they will give it back. Who knows how wires get crossed sometimes. But I've seen no movement whatsoever. Going to be one of those weekends, I could tell. Amy says, lavender and jasmine are sisters in the neighborhood. Kind of, sort of, yeah. They got very similar odors. I love jasmine. Night jasmine. That's what I got, a whole bush of it right out of my window there. And when it blooms, it's beautiful. John says, I got Hugo Boss aftershave. Right on. I like Hugo Boss. Oh, Sue says, I'm turning 40 on August 11th. Well, happy birthday, Sue, on August 11th. Let me write that down. I got you, baby. I'll sing you happy birthday when your birthday rolls around. Aaron says, message me how much it was, and I'll match it. Oh, well, thank you, sir. You don't have to do that, man. Amanda says, that smells great too, Nugget. Yes, Hugo Boss is a good cologne. Good. They make good clothes too. A little weird on the Nazis, but that's who made clothes, so wasn't their fault. Amy says, it was a 10 spot, Aaron. Well, God bless you, Amy. I'll make sure you get that back. I'm sorry that they got hung up. I'll find out what the deal is with YouTube and see what they're doing. Amy says, happy birthday, Susie. Early birthday. And Sue says, that would be such a great birthday gift. You have a great voice. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. I wish I did. I used to have a good voice. It's gone now, but I'm trying. But I think I can still manage happy birthday. And Sue says, thank you, Amy. Unfortunately, we all get old and fall short. Ashley Casimir says, play official Billy the Kid, 999, Muddy Waters. I like Muddy Waters. I hear you, Ashley. Welcome to the show. Thank you, Aaron, for the $20 super chat. God bless you, sir. Amy says, you don't have to reimburse me. I sent it to you. Well, thank you, ma'am. But if it didn't get to me, it needs to get back to you. Ashley says, it's a good song. It's my man's. Right on. I'll go check it out. Amy says, Ashley, no trolling. And Debbie says, Aaron, it was 10 grand, LOL. Y'all can use Super Chat or y'all can use the Cash App. Either way you want to do it. It's fine with me. And Sue says, we were born falling short. Amen to that. Amen to that. I did the best I could with the time I had, and then it just vanished. It didn't take long either. Just gone. Amanda says, thanks, Aaron and Amy. Yes, thank you very much. And Ashley says, I'm not trolling. I said hi. That's good, Ashley. And I will, if it's a Muddy Water song, it will be on a list of songs that I like because I like that band. Amy says, oh, never mind. I thought you were trying to sell something. My bad, Ashley. I'm sorry. Ashley says, you're good, love. And Aaron says, Debbie, I'll surprise you and throw 10,000 in my fam and heartbeat. I'll throw 10,000 in my fam and a heartbeat. Yeah, please don't do that. $100 is asking too much. 10,000 would freak me out. Ashley says, nope, won't sell nothing. Me neither, Ashley. Linda says, I have my 40th HS reunion coming up, high school reunion coming up in a couple of months. Wow. An old friend reached out to me today, and we were going to try and get some of us together before. That sounds like fun. I wouldn't even know what to do if anybody invited me to a 40. I can't even tell you where I went to high school 40 years ago. That seems like a whole nother life. Amy says, see, Aaron, we all make mistakes. Soph says, I have some good news. I went back to school on Wednesday, and I was working from 10 o'clock until 2:10 in the afternoon. It was really good. That is good news. Patty says, you sound like Johnny Carson, Jake. Wow, thank you, ma'am. I don't know how, but thank you. I appreciate that. Aaron says, yep, but I made a big one. That's all right, buddy. No problem. Sue says, Jake, what's your Bible verse and why? I don't have a Bible verse. You mean what's my favorite Bible verse? Probably. If I had to be pinned down, I mean, the whole thing is great. If I had to be pinned down, it'd probably be Hebrews 11. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things you cannot see. And why is that my favorite? Because it is the description of the thing we all strive to find, faith in our Creator. It's a thing that is elusive to some and impossible for others and natural for others. It's a very elusive thing, faith. But if you have it, you have it. And it's just a descriptor of what that is. That's probably my favorite, if I had to be pinned down. What's your favorite Bible story? Oh. Isaiah. I like the story of Isaiah when he builds that mound and he tells the people to get their God to catch it on fire. And they pray all day long and nothing happens. It's a big pile of wood. And then he tells the guys, he says, all right, go get another pile of wood and pile on top of this pile of wood. And they did. And he says, now go get another pile of wood and pile it on top of this pile of wood. And they did. And then he says, now dig a moat around the pile of wood 4 feet deep. And they did. And he says, now go fill it up with water. And they did. And he says, now go fill up those barrels and pour on top of the big pile of wood that you just put in the moat full of water. And they did. And he says, this is what my God can do. And he called down fire, and God consumed the pile and the water and the ground. That's my favorite Bible story. And also Genesis. Debbie says, Aaron, will you adopt me? Amy says, good, Soph. Awesome. You mentioned that last time. That's amazing. Yes, it is. Aaron says, I bet he says Genesis. I did. And Aaron says, Debbie, you've been adopted. Right on. Aaron says, I'd march for almost everyone here in real life, just so everyone knows. Likewise, so would I. Amy says, my friend's husband was happy with my work today, and wants me to clean his shop at work too. That's fantastic. That's the way to enterprise right there. Good work breeds word of mouth advertisement. Do a good job and they'll want you to come back. Got to have a work ethic. Soph says, I know, right, Amy? It's awesome meeting new people, meeting new friends. It's just amazing. Yes, it is. And Linda says, and my son came over today and said he will come next week and put the footing in for my for a lally column. He will put the footing in for a lally column because the one that's there has been broken for years. So all in all, I had a great Saturday. That is fantastic. It's good to have boys that'll come around and fix things when you need them to. I don't have that. I got to fix it all. But I'm glad that you do. Sean Morosi says, First Enoch, 6:1 and 2. Well, that's not biblical, but it is a good book. And I'm with you, Sean. I like Enoch. Amy says, welcome, Sean. And welcome, Sean. Hit that subscribe button if you hadn't done so already. Come join us. And Amy says, that's great news, Linda. And there it says, what does that mean, Sean? First Enoch is a book that used to be part of the Bible, and it was taken out some years back because it's a little weird, and it doesn't deal directly with salvation, which the canon of the Bible is about salvation. So they took it and a few other books out. Still a good book, though. Oh, it's a verse. I got it, says Aaron. And Soph says, how are you, Aaron? Today, I know last time you were feeling a bit down. Are you still feeling down? Well, thank you, Soph, for asking. Aaron's a strong boy. He's getting on in there. Pardon me. Aaron says, Soph, you got a good memory. Yes, she does. Almost like AI. Linda says, I was looking up on YouTube to see how to do it. I am grateful he's going to do it for me. I am too. I'm glad you got somebody to take care of that. I wish I lived closer. I'd do it for you. Aaron says, I lift it on these shoulders and walking forward. Ball your fist up, grit your teeth, look straight ahead, pull your shoulders back, and walk straight into whatever scares you. Don't let it have the satisfaction of beating you. It's going to beat you anyway. You might as well take it on like a man. Don't let it win. Grit your teeth and move. That's it. Never mind the mule, just load the wagon. Let's go. Can I get an amen? Got to be strong in this world. It'll beat you down otherwise. Speaking of being strong in the world, I got to go to bed because I got to get up and go find some employment tomorrow. Because life is a highway, and I'm going to ride it all night long. Amanda says, put your head up, put a smile on your face, and peacock dance right on through it. That's another way to say exactly the same thing. I like it. It's a Jakeism for sure. Oh, we got one. All right. We got one. 1 out of 5 ain't bad. Aaron says, yep. I tell people, I won't kneel for you. I won't kneel for you to take my head off. I say, come and take it. That's what I'm talking about right there. Make them come get it. Linda says, Jake, you have your own honey-do list. I do. A big one. So says, so how are you feeling, Aaron? He said he was manhandling his way through it. Picked it up, and he's walking on. In other words, he's doing good. Amanda says, it definitely does, Linda. It definitely does. He definitely does. A honey-do list. Too many do's to do. Aaron says, soft and cuddly, Soph. Soft and cuddly. All right, boys and girls. It is 10 o'clock. And I got to go. Soph says, just like a little soft teddy bear, Aaron. Aaron says, are you good, Disco, Soph? How you feeling? John says, good night, all you wonderful people. Look after each other and everyone. Turn your loved ones and tell them you love them. I love you, each and every one of you. Amanda says, and I'm on this to-do list too, Linda. LOL. I'm on his to-do list. I'll get it. Soph says, absolutely, Aaron. I have a teddy bear named Max. My boyfriend made it for me, which is amazing. Amy says, see y'all tomorrow night for Bible study. Hopefully, Floating Bus comes back. Hope so. I do hope so. And Linda Davis says, love you all. See you tomorrow night for Bible study. I love you too. We'll be there. Patty says, thank you both. Peace. And Amy says, good night, Nugget. And Amanda says, good night, Nugget. All right. That's it for me. Aaron says, rest, Jake. Thank you guys for keeping me here. I'm really sorry, Bus. That's all right, buddy. It happens. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Just had to wait till next weekend. Amanda says, see y'all tomorrow night at 8 p.m. right here on Eastern Standard Time for Untethered Live Bible Study. Much love, y'all. Amy says, live long and prosper. And Amanda says, peace and long life. All right, like, subscribe, share, support, join, super chats. CashApp, $, Jake Johnson Band, PayPal.me/Jake Johnson Band. I love you all. Shh. Thanks for watching.